Look at my incredible allotment. Jokes, that's not mine. That is mine. So welcome back to my channel. Today we're back on the plot. Obviously you can see it's very autumnal, there's leaves everywhere, the weeds have started to come back again. I have been back up here a couple of times but I've not filmed because I needed to crack on. Today I'm going to be getting my blueberries out of the ground and into the polytunnel because the birds keep eating them. So that's what I'm doing today. So I've got this section here. I have honeyberries and I have blueberries, and I think I've mentioned before in a previous video, or if not, you may not have heard of honeyberries, but they're like blueberries, but they're long. And I've got about 4 or 5 plants and only one of them actually tastes nice and the rest of them taste absolutely revolting. Let's see if these are the disgusting ones. Oh, oh my God, they taste disgusting. I don't know why I keep them. They do not taste like honey, I can tell you that much. They are absolutely rank. So I'm basically just going to get them out of this bed because it's a waste of space, and I'm going to plant them over near the front so they can just be for the birds, because the birds do eat the horrible ones. And I'm going to take the blueberries into the polytunnel so that hopefully I can have some blueberries rather than the birds having them every year. I'm going to sort this little patch today, and then that will sort of half complete this little bit here, and then I can just worry about the rest that you can see in the background. So I actually forgot a kneeling pad today, so I've just got some cardboard. Because I also forgot to put my waterproof trousers on, and it's been raining all morning, so here's what it is. Right, I've got a pile of weeds there. I'm just going to throw it there. Let's get cracking. Oh, I just remembered, another reason why I need to get the blueberries out and the honeyberries is because I planted them in this bed and I didn't realise there was asparagus there. So I've got asparagus in this bed, which I'd really like to keep in this bed. So to give it a chance of survival, I need to get the blueberries out. But this has just been a really difficult bed to maintain. I really don't want to do this either. There's loads of thistles everywhere. I'm just wondering if I cut them down, might make it easy to pull out. I'm going to get my bucket. Do you ever find some jobs are so overwhelming you just avoid them? I think this has been this bed for the whole time. The problem I've got here is trying to remember which ones are the blueberry plants and which ones are the honeyberry, but to be fair, I'm getting them all out anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Maybe I should just do that first. Okay, I'm going to do that. I know this is a blueberry. Which is really, oh man, it's really deep. I always end up with no spade. I have to get this out, you know. Use a fork. Pretty sure I had a fork somewhere. I'm gonna go look for a fork. I found a fork, so now I'm going to try and dig this out. Got a bit of root on it. Maybe. One blueberry plant. I think I've only got 2. So I don't know which is which at this point. Hearing really weird sounds, freaking me out. Makes me feel like I should just dig this whole bed up, you know. And then replant it. It's asparagus. It's asparagus, I think. Maybe I'll just do that. So I've got what I think are the only 3 blueberry bushes out. That one, and that one. But I'm still working my way through the honeyberry ones. I've just been stabbed. There's like some epic brambles growing in there. Just really hurt myself. So I've just been cutting the honeyberries down, and it's now quite obvious the difference. So I don't really know what happened. Maybe there are different varieties of honeyberry, but I'll show you, because there's only one type of honeyberry which actually is edible. The other one tastes revolting. So this is the one I've been cutting, and then you see the one next to it is quite distinctly different, isn't it? Look at the leaves. The leaves are like that, and this one, they're more spread out. So I don't really know what happened there. If anyone's got any solutions or any answers for why they're so different, let me know. I'm absolutely boiling. Like, it must be quite mild today because I'm sweating underneath this hat. But I can't take it off because I look revolting. But I'm getting there slowly. I've sort of cleared around the edge, cut down some of the asparagus, got rid of some weeds and bits and bobs, and I should be able to dig this up now and move it to some kind of area around the side of my polytunnel to kind of border it and also stop those areas from getting too weedy. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to dig these up and move them. So they're in there quite deep. Quite deep. I'm wondering whether I should just leave them for now and then go and do something with the blueberries I've just dug up. Really in there deep. They've been there for a few years as well, so that's probably why. So I think I'm going to leave those for a minute because they look okay now. I've cut them back a little bit, and I realise I've actually got five blueberry plants hiding away in that little section and being very unproductive. So I need to go and find a home for these in the polytunnel. So I'm going to do that now. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to get rid of the last of the tomato plants, and then I'm going to plant the blueberries in this corner. Oh God, I've got so much mud all over my boots. Look. The tomatoes did quite well this year. I did have quite a lot, but I just didn't limit their growth, so they kind of went a bit mad. And then they did get blight in the end, which is a shame, despite being in here. So I don't know if that means I need to be careful for next year. Actually, I think it's airborne, so I don't know if it stays in the soil or anything. I don't know if it does. If you know that, let me know. So basically, I want to clear this area so that I can plant some overwintering mustard and bits and bobs. My mum actually gave me some seed for some cauliflower, and she overwintered some cauliflower and got some epic plants from her polytunnel. So I'm going to give that a go because she gave me some seeds, like I just said. So I'm going to give that a go when I eventually get round to tomatoes. And I eventually get round to buying some compost. This one's got blight, you can see. See that? That's what you need to look out for. The stems go brown, and then it travels all the way up to the fruit, and then it rots them. So these tomatoes quite possibly will go brown and rot, but we'll give them a go anyway. Just found some rogue garlic in here too. Right, need to get these planted. There's so many plant labels, they just don't survive. It's really, really dry down this end of the polytunnel as well. Don't know why, maybe the leeks are only in the middle. But yeah, the soil is super dry, and I've just remembered blueberries like ericaceous soil. So I'm going to plant them, and then I might have to top them up with some ericaceous soil when I get some. So let's get these planted. I don't want to crowd them because I want to actually get some blueberries this year and have them really productive. The only problem is I've got mice in this polytunnel and on this whole allotment, and I've seen loads of holes. Whether or not, even by putting them in the polytunnel, will I still not get any blueberries? We will see. We will see. It's actually really solid soil down the bottom. So yeah, it doesn't look particularly happy, does it? But I'll stick it in and see. Cover it over. I hate planting plants, and that's a terrible thing when you're a gardener. I feel like I need to do it a bit deeper because I just can't be bothered to dig it down. Doing it with this as well is not helpful. Just need to make a bigger hole. I'm a bit slapdash when it comes to planting for myself. I try to be better for my customers, just in case any of you are watching. That one's done. This one as well. I'm not really sure what happened. I might have accidentally split one of them. Wow, gives me another plant. Stick that one next to it. Only a little baby one. I'd like to grow more fruit in here, like more tropical fruit. I think it would be quite cool. Right, 3 more to go. So they're all nicely planted. 2 of them are significantly bigger. The other 3, I think, got hidden somewhere. But hopefully we shall see if we get any sort of crop on them next year. Fingers crossed. I just need to go and water them. The rest of the polytunnel, however, is a catastrophe. I need to go and sort out all of that. It's mainly tomato foliage that I need to get rid of. But came in here to this little surprise. Chuffed to pieces with these little chilies. So many. Let's have a little chat while I have a little break and talk about the things that went wrong this year. So firstly, it started with my garlic because I didn't harvest it and it grew into the ground through the crate and rendered it completely useless. So this year I now have to spend a fortune on buying new garlic to plant. Gutted. I've had no raspberries this year. Don't really know why. I did prune my raspberries last autumn and I wonder whether that's what's done it. I don't really know. And one crop I was really looking forward to next year is my purple sprouting broccoli, which appears to have grown and flowered. I'm so confused. Is it not meant to be ready in January? What's going on? So I've only got 10% battery left because I've been super underprepared. So I'm going to have to say goodbye for now. I'm going to carry on weeding and tidying up, water my blueberries, and next week, don't know what I'm going to do next week because there are a million things to do, but I do have an area with a potential wildlife pond which I really want to start on, so perhaps I will do that. But for now, thanks for watching and I'll see you again next week. Bye.